What's going on, everybody? I've been mining ZEL for a solid month now, so I wanted to talk about the profitability. I like to get about a month in on mining a project before I start talking about possible profitability or anything like that, and that's what I'm going to do with ZEL. I started about a month ago, so we are going to take a look at possible profitability here using a 6 GPU rig, and I'll get into the hardware in a few minutes. But this is from 03 or the 3rd of February through the 3rd of March. The details of the overall scenario or the overall details of this is, I can't talk tonight. I'm really sick and I'm super tired too, and I took some Advil PM, so I'm about to doze off. Anyway, so the OS is Hashrate OS. The pool is ZELLABS. The miner is, we're using the Mini Z 1.5T, and I'm using that miner instead of Gminer because on my rig it gets a little bit better hash power. I do need to check the fees and really, look at it from a financial standpoint and see if it makes sense to continue with Mini Z over Gminer. I haven't really looked into it that much. I just know that Mini Z is a little bit better than Gminer on my rig. It's just a few sols per second faster, but I did leave it on there for a solid month. I didn't want to change it in the middle of the month. And then the average sols per second is 222 about. And the kilowatt hours that it used this month, the whole rig, is 615. And my cost per kilowatt hour is 11 cents. Now the calculations, I'll get into the how to get the spreadsheet and get that information out of the wallet in just a minute. And I'll show you the raw data that I used as well. But my total electric cost was $67. The total mined is 2,067 for the month. The current USD value of ZEL is 0.0428. So the total earned for the month USD value is $88.62. So the total profit is about almost $21 after electric costs. All right, so let's look at some details here. So this is my ZELLABS interface with the wallet that I'm mining to pulled up. This is basically the way you would do that is you can go to zellabs.net, click on search over here, put in your address, click search. It's not my address anymore, but yeah, you just click search and then you'll be good to go. It should, if you have submitted a single share, then it should show up. So you can see my hash rate over time, pretty good dashboard, shows you my rewards and how much per block I got and all that stuff. It does have a minimum payout on here as 100, and the way that you set that is in your mining setup. You set your password to min payout equals and then a number, and the number is going to represent how many ZEL you want the minimum payout to be. And I can show you the raw data here. This is the spreadsheet, or this is the export from the wallet for transactions for ZEL. And you can see at the beginning of the month, this is back on the 3rd of February, at the beginning of last month, I had it set really low. I had it set to 1. I think that's the default. And so by the time a payout occurred, it had already accrued 5 or 6 or whatever. So what I did was I just multiplied that out by some time and said, okay, it looks like maybe if I want to get paid out once a day, then maybe I could set it to 100. So around the 8th of February, probably the 7th of February, I set it to 100 using that min payout equals feature in the miner. And that's why it changed to up to 100 here. So don't get confused. Don't look at like it was 6 and then it was 100. That's not really true, because you see all these payments on the 6th. If you added those up, and then plus the whatever I mined on the 7th, you would see that it would equal 100 or over 100. So the payout was 102, and you can see that all the way up it stayed as 100. So that cuts down the number of transactions. You're not getting paid out every hour like I would, or every few minutes. Yeah, it looks like every couple hours here. So anyway, yeah, that's the way that works. And let's show you how to get the spreadsheet from your wallet here. So in the wallet, I don't have any transactions, so this is not going to be a really great check here or a example here, but I think I'll be able to at least show you. I haven't gone into this wallet in a while, so it's doing some retrieving some deterministic wallets, so this might take a minute. Alright, so yeah, this wallet is broke, but if you go to ZEL, go to the project that you want to export. There's no transactions found for this, of course, but if you go up here to the 3 little dots, and you can click export CSV, and then it tells you up here where it's going to put it. So that is where it puts your file, and you would go to that to retrieve it. And that's all I did here. Of course, I dressed it up a little bit for the stream, you know, changed the colors and stuff, but this is basically the data that you would get in that CSV. I also did open it in Google Sheets and not like a text editor or anything like that. That's why it looks like this. So yeah, so for the month, it looks like we earned about $20 profit. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, it makes the mining part of it worth it. You're not losing money on electricity. You know, if you were to buy the coins each day, you would actually be worse off, right, than you are at the end of the month this way. And at least I think that's the way it works. Yeah, so cool stuff. I just wanted to blast through that real quick. I don't think that there was anything else. Oh, I was going to show you Hashrate OS. Let's go to Hashrate OS, and I'll show you right here. You can. This is like proof, you know, of the pool that I'm using, ZELLABS, and then Mini Z is the miner. You can see my hash rate here. I think I put my average on the spread on the presentation there as 222, I believe. So that's the hash rate right now. That's sols per second. You can see the wattage. This is a little lower than at the wall. At the wall, it is no, I put it in the spread in the presentation, but at the wall, this rig is about 857 watts. So it's a little bit more than what's here. What is that? 150 watts more than what's shown in Hashrate OS. But here is the rig. Here's the GPUs I'm using, and their overclock settings here. Hash rate here. I could go through the whole spreadsheet and show you, you know, optimization as far as sols per watt, right? Which is what you really should be focusing on, is sols per watt for efficiency. And if you go to what to mine, you can see that I've got this set up for my rig here, and then I've also got the cost per kilowatt hour set. If you scroll down, ZEL's up pretty high on the list, which is good to see. And you can see here that you get I get about 90 to 100 a day, which is exactly right. I mean, this is very accurate, and you can tell you know that this is accurate because of the amount of rewards that I receive is pretty right on. It does look like there's a little bit of you know, obviously this is right now, you know, right this second. But if this holds true for a solid month, then we would actually make $30, you know, USD this coming month if it stayed steady like this. But chances are it's not going to. I believe that the power cost per day is pretty accurate. That would be, you know, $90+. I think that's a little bit higher than what I actually pay. Let's see what they have for see how this works here. There's ZEL hash. Wow, and it's got it exactly. Exactly. Look at that. That is insane that it is exactly that. Kind of cool though. 222. 222. And it does have 840, which is pretty close to what my power shows. It's 856 right now. So I mean, again, you know, this is ballpark figures. This is pretty good example, pretty good info here. Data is really accurate, so that's good to see. But back to Hashrate OS, if you go to, I can show you that setting for the minimum payout. So here's the rig. If we go to wallets, ZELCORE wallet is the one that I'm using right here for ZEL. Go to edit, go to edit coin for ZEL, and then right here for the password you can see I've got min payout equals 100, so that means it is going to set the payout to 100, which was already done. So once that happens, and I think you have to, I want to say you have to restart the rig or restart the mining, and it will change it on the pool. You can see right here the minimum payout is 100. So I just wanted to quickly cover all that stuff. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you thought this was helpful in any way. I like doing videos like this. It's kind of like more mining centric. You know, I've been doing a lot of security token offering videos on Ravencoin. You know, I figured I'd throw out a actual mining related. I mean, STOs are a mining project related, but they're not really mining related. So I think that's why people hate those videos for some reason. So, all right, I will see you guys probably tonight. This is probably going to be a premiere on Thursday. So I'll see you tonight for some more STO stuff. Stay savage, everybody.